What's up, beauty babes? So for this tutorial, we're gonna go over how to do a classic set, but we're gonna use some blue lashes to give it a pop of color, and we're gonna mix it in there with regular black lashes. We're gonna use the Mink vegan lashes and also the Yegi blue rainbow lashes for the colorful lashes. And we're gonna use lengths 11 through 14. We're gonna do a cat eye shape, which means the outer corners are longer than the inner corners. And we're gonna go ahead and use 0.18 to make sure that the lashes are more visible. And this is one way you can make classic lashes look fuller, is by using 0.18s instead of 0.15s, as long as the client's natural lashes aren't super thin. The rule of thumb is the classic lash is not more than double the thickness of the natural lash. So if you look at the extension and it looks like triple or even way thicker than the natural lash, then don't use the 0.18, move down a thickness, go to 0.15. At this point, we have already cleansed her natural lashes with the lash wash and taped down her bottom lashes. So the next step is for us to prime her lashes in order to set them up for a full lashing. So if we don't cleanse and we don't prime properly, the lashes are not going to last, because there's going to be possibly particles in between the natural eyelashes, even though you can't see them. So make sure you take your time to cleanse and prime, so the 2+ hours work that you're gonna do is gonna last. We also used a little tape to pull her eyelids a little bit to the right, and this is to help with the inner corners. There's a whole other video to help with inner corners and how to tape, so we'll also link that below. Also, if you want the extensions to last, notice how we're dipping the extension into the glue ring. So if you're using a glue ring or if you're using a little glue holder, make sure you're dipping your extension more than halfway, because you want most of the extension to be bonded to the natural lash. But when you dip it, you don't want to see any beads or balls of glue on that extension. You can wipe that extra on the rim of your glue or your glue holder in order to not use too much glue, because even using too much glue can get in your way. So pay attention, see the amount of glue and how we're dipping it in the glue ring. Now we're just applying all of the black classic lashes throughout the eye. So we're working on one eye at a time, and we're jumping around the eye, applying the lengths in the areas as we decided for our cat eye. So from shortest to longest, which we decided from 11 to 14 millimeter, we're putting the shortest in the inner corners and the longest in the outer corners. I didn't really do the mapping on the tape for this client because I could visually kind of see, but here's a quick picture of where each length is going. So make sure you are mapping it out on the under eye patch if you need to visually see it, especially in the beginning as you're lashing, okay? But as you kind of get a visual and know which size to put where, then you don't have to draw it on the under eye patch, but it is good and helpful to use it as a guide. Now we're going to start mixing in all the blue lashes. So we're using the same length in the same area. So if I use the 11 black eyelash, then I'm also using the 11 blue eyelash in that same area. We're just evenly mixing them in, so the end results still have a hint of blue and it looks cool and you can notice them more in the sunlight, but then they're not all super blue. They're still dark because it has the black ones in between. Alright guys, so I'm going to try something a little different for this video. It will be more like story time while you guys watch the tutorial. I gave you the key points of what's different on this, but if you guys are new to the channel and want a full-on classic lash tutorial, I highly recommend our Eyelash Extensions 101. It covers everything and it has over 5 million views. So it's a good video to cover from A to Z of how to do classic lashes. But for this video, I'm going to do something a little different right now and tell you guys a few did you know facts. Did you know that I literally just quit my job and opened the salon with having like 0 clients? I was just doing some mobile clients, lash clients, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna take my leap of faith and I'm gonna set my goal. I'm gonna open the salon. I signed a 5-year lease and everything. I'm a little more I don't know, I guess I have a little bit more reservation when I do crazy things. But I don't know how. I was like, I'm just going to quit my job and do it. It's my leap of faith, right? And it really worked out. And I had set this goal of within 5 years, I'm going to be a millionaire or reach like a certain place. And throughout it all, it has proved to me, if you work hard and really like put it out there, you know, I believe in this whole law of attraction, manifesting. I do really believe in all of that. And I've been working at it for the past over 10 years and it has come true for me. And it did. So once I put all of that out there, my goals and everything, even that crazy goal for back then, because when I started the salon and everything, my family's not rich. I'm a kid from I wasn't even born in America. We struggled with our immigration status for a long time. So I had a rough to make it here. And through all of that, literally, it sounded insane to become a millionaire in 5 years. But I put it out there. I worked hard and I literally just did what it took, and I did take that leap of faith, and thank God it all worked out. But I don't think it's luck or coincidence. I really think it does work. It does work when you work hard and you know where you're going and what you want, and you just put your focus just on that one thing. It does become true. So that's just my experience and what I kind of preach all the time, that there's something you really want, like go after it, but put all your energy in it. You can't have 10 different jobs and be successful at all 10 of them. You need like one, and you need to focus on that one with all your heart in order to make it happen, right? My very first set of eyelash extensions took me about 6 hours to do a full set. And this was just classic, simple, but yeah, 6 hours. So if it's taking you a long time, don't be hard on yourself. Super normal. And it didn't come naturally to me at all, which was almost like frustrating and so upsetting. I was actually really pissed off that I couldn't pick it up at first. And that's what made me kind of determined that no, I'm going to get it. Like there's no way I'm not going to get this. Because naturally, not to brag, but I'm pretty good with my hands, and anything new that I learn, I pick up pretty quickly. So I'm a cosmetologist, so I did hair and everything too. And everything came pretty easy to me. So when I started doing lashes, literally, I was struggling, and I was struggling so much where I was almost stubborn, like, no way, I'm gonna get you, So be persistent, keep practicing, and you guys will get it too if you're in the same boat. Like literally, it almost never comes naturally to anybody. I've trained, I don't know now how many people, but probably thousands of people at this point with online and physical classes through our company now. And I've never come across anybody who's told me, oh, it was so easy and it came super naturally to me. Everybody literally had to practice, and then it became second nature and natural to them. And I think my theory on it is because we usually are dominant in one hand. So unless for years and years we've practiced using both hands, doing something tedious, I don't know, maybe even like playing the piano if you're a surgeon and you're good at using your two hands to do something detailed and tedious, then it might come more naturally to you, but only because you're used to using two hands at a time. And your other hand is also trained to be precise, and your muscle memory's there and all that stuff. But if not, most people are only dominant in one hand, and using their other hand comes very unnatural or very awkward at first, and they think something's wrong with them. So usually if you're a righty, you suck at isolating, because we usually isolate with our left hand, and we're not used to doing anything with our left hand. So it does take some practice. And what I would do actually, and that's what I tell all my students to do, is just sit in front of the TV like 1 hour a night. I'm sure all of you at least watch TV 1 hour, or even, 30 minutes. Just turn on the TV or turn on some music, grab your tweezers, grab a strip of lashes and your practice lashes, and try to kind of in the background use your left hand open and close as you're isolating, to just really build that muscle memory. Like there's no other way of getting better at isolating, is mainly to exercise that hand and those muscles, so it becomes second nature to you and you can do it without really thinking about it. It's literally like a motor skill, right? Just like walking when we're tiny or new babies, it takes them a while to get used to walking or even be able to really like walk without thinking about it. Same thing, using hands, all that stuff. So it's human nature to practice to be able to get that. That was my 2 cents on why it took forever for people to learn how to isolate or get really good at it and for it not to feel so awkward. I'm also a mother to a baby boy. He's almost going to be 1 year old. And I want to say, besides starting a business and really going on my own, another hardest thing was to adjust with being a mother and a wife and a homemaker and also a business owner all together, to find that balance. And I praise women and people and everybody who's trying to do it all, you know, the family thing, the having good relationships with your friends and running a business. Oof, it's really not easy and it does take time. So if you're in the same boat trying to make things happen, be patient with yourself, work at it, sit down, make a schedule, balance out how much time, which days to spend on what. I really think the key word is balance, and everybody's balance is different. And it does take some time to find that balance. So consciously work on finding it, right? So pay attention to see where your time is going, what you're unhappy with, how you can change it and adjust it. So that's been my roller coaster for this. I think it took me about 10 months when Alexander was born to figure out how to balance all that out without me feeling so guilty that I'm being a bad mom when I'm focusing on too much on work, or if I'm being a bad entrepreneur or a boss to my employees when I'm ignoring that part of it because I really want to be a good mom. And that stupid guilty feeling that we have, you know, just have to push it aside. But I think the best we can do is our best, and that's what I've learned, to just really schedule and give enough time that I want to give to whatever aspect of my life. Okay, one last thing, because a lot of people sometimes message me and they don't know. Did you know that we teach our classes all around the US and have online classes for classic, volume, lash lifts, all of that available? So check out everything we have to offer and our product line at yegibeauty.com. And also we have ambassadorship program. So if you're interested in also representing our company, being part of our awesome team, working with us, helping each other grow, make sure you do check out that program, and you can get more information by emailing partners@yegibeauty.com.